when you get what you want.
Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome to my sewing room. Today I'm going to do an update on what I'm working on, and I'm going to start with discussing my goals for 2022. As I said in my previous video, my goal is to really work on fit. And it's very fitting that today I am wearing the first knit garment that I made for myself. This is the Southbank sweater by Nina Lee. It's in the dress length. And I made two of these right away about 3 winters ago. And I cut out the wrong size. And that is the biggest problem with me on fitting, is that I didn't have the confidence, particularly when I first started sewing with knits, to cut out my size or my recommended size. I was afraid I would be showing lumps and bumps with the knit, and I erred on the side of, well, sewing the next size up, or in this case, 2 sizes larger than what I needed. I ended up making this work. I do enjoy this dress, and I get compliments on it in my other Southbank sweater dress, but I have really done lots of trimming and reserging the ends and taking out some of the extra fabric, and I still find it is too large. It is too slouchy, particularly in the armpits and across here, because it is a couple of sizes too large, and just taking a larger seam allowance is not enough. I'm going to insert some photos of full length so that you can see where the issues might be. I love it. I get compliments on it. It's a very cozy dress to wear, but definitely I could get a better fit. It's more noticeable in the tops than in the dresses, the ill fit. And I think I was lying to myself a little bit. I was thinking, oh, this is just a slouchier pattern and maybe I needed to take some length out. My version of the sweater, and if I can find a few photos, I'll insert them here, did not look like the pattern cover and did not look like what I was seeing on other sewists who were posting their makes on Instagram or on YouTube. And I am really seeing how my feelings about my size, because I've put on some weight, have really impacted my sewing. I am looking at the sizes and I'm automatically going up in size, and it's just not working for me. So I need to take the time and be a little bit brave and to cut out my size, and if I need to grade and do smaller and then grade a little larger, that's what I need to do. So I'm going to be spending 2022 really working on fit. So tell me, what are you doing? Do you have a goal for 2022? Or are you more of a free spirit about this? Let me know in the comments below. Either way, I'd love to hear what you're working on. I have not accomplished a whole lot in my sewing since we last spoke. Been a little bit under the weather. I feel like I've rounded the curve. It's just a cold. The project that I've had the most success with lately is the cuff top from the assembly line. And I'll link to a video where I talk a little bit about this project. And I am on my final version of what I hope is one of several cuff tops that I'll be sewing. And I am sewing it in this Cotton Lawn by Robert Kaufman. I am at the point where I have sewn in the bust darts. I don't think you're going to be able to see any of that with this really busy fabric. And I decided to go with a neckband instead of the facing. So I've cut out a bias strip and pinned it to the top, and that's where I am now. So I have sewn the front, center, and back. I stay stitched the neckline. I have sewn the shoulder seams. And the next step is I am attaching bias binding to the neck, I decided that I would rather have that than a facing. And so I'm going to very slowly and carefully install that probably tonight. And then after that, all that's left is to sew up the side seam and insert the elastic. One thing I really like about this pattern is the nice chunky elastic that goes into the cuff, and then it's very loose flowing. So I'm looking forward to getting that sewn up. I apologize, every time I move, this chair squeaks. All the chairs in my sewing room are squeaky. So the other muslin that I worked on was also on my Make 9 list, and that is the Jarrah Sweater by Megan Nielsen. And I had some scraps of this French terry, and I thought, let me get this sewn up. It's gonna finally be cold, and maybe I can get this finished. So I'm glad I tested it out, because guess what? I sewed it in too big of a size. I will put this on and insert a photo here. But basically, the problem arises in that I have too much fabric across here because I chose a size larger than what I need, and it just does not drape well. I also found that I needed to remove 6 centimeters from the sleeves. So on this version, I went ahead and put in the neckband and thought, well, I can use this as a dog walking sweater, or I'm going to be seeing my sisters this weekend if one of them wants it as a dog walking sweater. Not because I don't think they deserve a more perfect looking garment, but how many muslins of a sweatshirt do I need in South Alabama? So, lessons learned on this. I saw that it was going to be too oversized, and also oversized and too wide, but also it was shorter than by maybe an inch of what I would like. So I didn't want to use any more ribbing, and I just used self fabric here on the bottom band. Let me hold it up where you can see it. So I just cut out a bottom band out of this scrap French terry that I have, and I hemmed the cuffs because I'm thinking one of my sisters might like this, and they are shorter than I am, so I will be cutting this down anyway, and I just use it as an opportunity to practice my twin needle stitch. So let me pop this on and show you what I mean. So I'm really looking forward to this journey and slowing down, making muslins. I have links, some videos in the end cards that I think you might be interested in. And until next time, I hope you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.